Steve.
Chris.
Here we are again.
Again.
Yeah, and we got back to black.
We're back in black.
Wow, have you noticed something? I did something different in my setup. I don't know if you noticed.
Your beard looks supple.
It has nothing to do with what I wear
Oh.
or what's on my face or whatever. It's all technical.
You moved the cameras.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a given.
Yeah.
But look,
Oh, you fixed the...
I fixed it.
Oh, you...
I fixed the SM7.
Oh, I thought something felt weird.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if I trust you. I don't know.
So now it's on the right side.
Did it bother you when you would watch them back?
It did.
Yeah, it's
It
funny, those
did,
little
because,
OCD.
like, it's not equal, you know?
Yeah,
Like-
those little things. The one that gets me when I watch back sometimes is in real life, these monitor speakers, the tweeters are small.
Yes.
On there, it looks like the speakers are upside down.
That's funny.
That one gets me because it's like a small tweeter and then it
Man.
opens up into a bigger little cavity thing. So, but from there, they look upside down every time.
Interesting.
The whole time I'm kind of watching around your head to look at the speaker.
That's so
Every once in a
cool.
while, yeah. Funny
love
little
it.
things you notice. Pivot
I'll pivot.
to comments and YouTube.
Yes, because that's important.
What do you notice besides couple good looking guys?
Yeah. I noticed that we need questions.
Yeah.
I think, like, everyone should send at least a question a week.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure you have a question about
Yeah.
what, you know, about home studio stuff and, you know,
Why the speakers are upside down.
and why this is oriented the same way now.
Right.
Okay, that's a great question to ask.
It's very empowering
It is.
when your SM7 is assembled correctly, huh? Yeah, you feel the power?
I feel it, man.
Yeah, you do. I could
Like,
tell.
honestly,
you have a different
oh.
little glow about you.
Different energy, I'm telling you.
Energy.
So, you know, ask your questions. Go on YouTube, leave a comment. There's a form also inside the show notes. There's a link. Just leave your questions inside the show notes.
Yeah.
And man, you know what? Subscribe if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, because we love YouTube.
Yes.
You know, and this is where we get most of the views.
Yeah, and it is a fun little community on there.
It
of
is.
interaction.
I know. It's great. So
A lot of sarcasm
I know.
coming from one of us.
And if you're listening through Spotify or Apple Podcast, just
Yeah.
like add a 5-star rating,
Yeah.
which always help.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
let's do it.
What are we talking about?
Okay. Both of us are, you know, work in the studio, mixing the studio
Yeah.
very comfortably, you know,
Yeah.
in our own space,
Yes.
in our zone,
Yes.
without any outside distractions.
Harassment.
But we also add some experience to some level. And I'll know more about your experience because we never discussed about that before, about live mixing,
Yeah. Yeah.
which could be very different.
This came from a short that
Yes.
popped onto TikTok. And
Yes.
For some reason, I got a whole bunch of views,
On TikTok was insane.
but I think I was blathering on about live sound guys that never stop moving. I
exactly.
think was
Like the
thing.
perfect mix engineer.
Yeah, is the guy that never sits back and goes, I love it. They're always
Exactly.
kind of messing with something.
You want to be that guy.
Yeah, I think that's what I had said on there.
Yes.
So then it turned into like, hey, what if we talk about live versus studio? Because it is
Yes.
an interesting thing. And some of it, I think from my experience, a big part of what may come out of this at the end of it is kind of what can be shared between the two.
Yeah.
Like what learnings come from each. If you get too far into one or the other, I feel like you're missing a bit of crossover. And so, yeah, at some point, I think those
Exactly.
will come clear as
Yeah.
we talk.
Because there's a lot we can learn from
Yeah.
the other side, you know?
Yes, the other side.
Other side.
the dark side.
The dark side. So which one is the dark side then?
Well, I guess that's what
Well-
YouTube comments are for. Don't worry, somebody will tell us.
I have a feeling we'll know about it pretty
somebody will
soon.
tell us.
So what's your experience on live mixing?
Yeah, I guess I did it a fair bit as a younger chap, and a lot of the time it just came from the old, wow, you're breathing. You know how to move a fader, and you make sounds that sound okay.
Yeah.
So that was one move. So that was the one like, hey, you do sound, and to many people, there's no difference. If you're sitting in front of a mixy thing in a picture, you're a sound guy.
Yes.
And to most people, that applies anywhere, right? And so, like electric versus acoustic guitar or something, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're a guitarist to many people. So that was one way that I got roped into a bunch of sound stuff younger. And the other one is that I was working with bands that would then, and still to this day, go, hey, you mixed my album. Can you come mix my record release show or something? And so you kind of get pulled along with the, like, I love these guys and I don't trust anybody else to know where that weird guitar solo is in the middle of the verse. So I better go. And so those were the two ways I got roped into it as a younger chap. And now as an older chap, those two things don't work anymore. I just go, they might miss the guitar solo. I'm going to be in the audience.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoying.
So enjoying my work having already been done on this band's project. So yeah, I definitely avoid it a fair bit now as I've gotten
same here.
Older and wiser and tireder, and I just can't handle the stress, which I'm sure we'll touch on throughout this conversation. So so it's not extensive. I was never like a big like touring guy. I was never walking into large venues and working with the guys hanging the boxes or something.
Okay.
Like, I was around that. I would be a part of a lot of sound checks on behalf of bands.
Yeah.
But that guy is a different guy. And I just was never built for that part of it.
It's something else.
It's something else. And people are made for it.
Oh, yeah.
Or they ain't. And I ain't.
And when they're made for it, they're pretty good.
God bless them.
Oh, and fun to look at and to listen to.
Fun to be around.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a whole different personality.
Big time.
And you're?
Oh, yeah. I did quite a few live gigs.
Yeah.
I was, touring is a big word, but, doing some gigs with a corpo band.
Yeah.
Doing
what?
like, is that a thing in English? Corporation band corporate band.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Like they get hired for gigs.
They get hired for high-level gigs.
Corporate gigs.
Okay,
yep.
yeah. In French, we call it the band corpo.
Yeah, everything's cooler in French. We
I
know.
know.
Blah, blah, blah.
But thanks for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
So that was like, that was fun, So I had to, they were like very good musicians, very good band.
Those bands are awesome.
Oh, they are.
The good ones?
They are.
They're world class, man.
You set up in like so many types of different spaces, sometimes like very nice venues, but most of the time we're talking about just like wedding halls.
Yeah, you're dragging the PA in.
Of course. So, one of the, like the band leader had like a full kit, full sound kit, like, the wedges, the speakers, everything, the board, the compressors, all that stuff. So that was easy, always working with the same gear.
Yeah.
But just like all the setup, you set that up, you on set after. This is what kills me, like, because mixing the gig itself, once everything is installed and running, I love it.
Like,
it's cool.
Like, if you were to pie chart it, what % of a live sound engineer's job is actually mixing music?
It's
if you're really a big touring gig, right?
Yeah, it's like
you spend all day in some venue, and then you do the show for 2 hours, and then you got to move it all to the next town.
Yeah, depending on what level you're at.
Correct.
But if you're touring like with big major bands, probably the majority of the time you're going to be mixing.
But either way, you're still overseeing making sure your plane flies.
Yes, for
even
sure.
If you're the captain, right?
For sure, definitely. Definitely. So those gigs were pretty cool because, you learn a lot.
I imagine.
So you learn how to connect stuff. You learn about the gear you work with. You learn about the interaction with the band.
Yes.
How to make them sound good in different types of space.
Yeah.
So this could be challenging, to a point.
Yeah. Let's just start there if we're going to pull this apart a little bit.
Yeah.
So the people, because at the end of the day, our gig in the studio and live, a lot of the time is the people, right? You've got 5 to 20 finicky folks on a stage, and they all want to hear what they need to hear, and they all need to perform the best they need to perform, and your job is to make them feel good, sound good, emotionally be sound.
Yes.
And same in the studio, right?
Yes.
We've talked a lot about, singer maintenance and artist maintenance. And so, as a live guy, whether you're with a touring band, then now you're part of this family. They're your dysfunctional cousins for this many weeks on the road, right?
Sure.
And you guys are having beer together and, and just trying to figure out what you're going to eat and live on and where you're going to sleep and day after day as a family. Or you're in a venue and a different band is showing up every night, sometimes 2 or 3 bands a night. And so you're quickly getting them to trust you and believe in what you're telling them about their sound and what they need. And so
you have to do that quick.
Versus studio, which is a bit of a longer term, a slower burn trust relationship, right?
Yeah.
And so, did you ever do any like, I'm here and they come? kind of live gigs?
No, it was mainly like mixing the same musicians, like especially with that corporation band.
Yeah.
So that was the same band, same drummer, same bass player, so same gang. So that part was fun because you know who you deal with.
Yes.
You know what they need. And especially that
Yes.
I was also, was mixing FOH front of house, but also the monitors. And most of them were wearing in-ears, and you have to do both, In other situations, and this is something I even did more, was to mix at a church.
Yeah.
A big church in Montreal,
Yeah.
We're talking about maybe, I don't know, a 2,500 seat
Yeah.
space,
Yeah.
Very nice system. And now you have like the front of house and a monitor tech
Yes.
on the side of the
Yes.
stage, taking care of the musicians
Yeah.
only. So I did both.
It's amazing, those
Okay.
big church gigs.
Yeah.
It's like putting on a big concert once a week. Or
It is.
3 times
It
on a
is.
day.
Way bigger to anything I did outside.
Yeah, than what a lot of people do. Like it
Yes.
is a weird
And-
gig because you're in this room with these people doing
Yeah.
a church gig, but you're performing for a bigger audience than most bands ever will in their career.
No, for sure.
It's a weird
and
psychological
honestly,
piece.
For me, that was the sweet spot for so many reasons.
Yeah.
It's kind of a blend between what you're used to in the studio and doing the live stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So the live stuff, like you just focus mainly on mixing,
Yes.
basically. No
Yeah.
setup,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
I was working with a digital console, so
Yeah.
we have like your presets
Yeah.
already loaded. Okay.
Yeah, you're roughed in.
So you just load
Yeah.
your session,
Yeah.
load your scenes, and you're good to go. You just tweak,
Yeah.
depending on who's playing.
Yeah.
So same space also, so you know exactly how it's going to sound like. So honestly, it's like nothing to
a pretty
load
cool-
or
it's a cool gig.
unload. It's a cool gig. It's awesome. So now in
and the
that
people
case,
are more
you focus
friendly.
on- oh yeah, big time.
The singers are way more friendly in a
Yeah.
church gig than in a bar gig.
Oh no, for sure. Just a little bit.
A little bit. Sometimes.
Oh yeah, man.
And
Yeah,
I've been to some
big time.
churches where it's
No, but on my side, I always had like an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Working in this in that church and
Yeah.
like in this situation. Honestly, it's like just like focusing on the mixing side of
Yeah.
it. It's just amazing
Okay,
compared
so-
to gigs.
So yeah, so we've kind of got our people thing touched on there. Gear wise, it's you're either coming in and setting up if you're traveling, you're coming in and double checking if you're the guy at a venue, and the bands are coming in an hour to set up. So you're there and you kind of what you're talking about. You know where the speakers are, you know how the room sounds, and you're the sound guy for whoever shows up that night. Studio though. In that world, you're either in your space and you know where every cable, you know what every cable's doing already
Yep.
over there.
Yeah.
Or you're walking into a studio with a band.
Or I think I do.
Yeah, or you tell people you do.
Makes me look good.
That's right. They're doing nothing. I've looked. There's nothing behind
No,
any
I know.
of this. Nothing's
it's a blank.
plugged in.
Blank. It's all a facade.
Or you're traveling with the band to a studio. And that's kind of like going to a venue where you're learning where things are and you've got somebody helping you plug things in and you don't know where the mics even are when you walk in, right? So there's a bit of overlap there from a venue standpoint, right? You either know your venue or you're walking into one.
Yeah.
The difference is, I mean, I guess, is there a difference in pressure at that point? And we'll talk about the live pressure once the show starts in either case.
Man.
But the setup pressure, is it different? Like you've got, the band is coming at 6 to sound check. They're at the hotel having dinner.
Yeah.
And they're going to come over with their manager at 6 and you better have sound.
Of course.
Or the band is showing up to the studio at 6. And same thing, right? And your interface stopped working at 5:27.
That can happen.
Inevitably does. How does that pressure feel different? Or is it the same?
I think it's the same. I
Okay.
think, like it's the same adrenaline, it's the same pressure. Both are dramatic
Yeah.
in my book,
Yeah.
like the band comes in the studio and now this is when your sound interface
Yeah.
fails or your drive is
Yeah.
dead, but same in the live venue. This is where the board is fried up.
I don't know, man. Between the two. Like if you're that guy and you got 30,000 audience members
between
showing
the
up.
two, I would say that, I agree.
Yeah.
I would lean more
I
towards
can send the
live.
band to coffee while I figure stuff out. I
Yeah.
can't send the whole audience.
No, that's a bit more tricky.
It's tricky. They've done it.
Could create more problems.
Yeah, they've done it. All right. So again, I think live wins the pressure contest. There
Yeah, if you add up
the audience.
The audience.
People, as you're coming in, there's already people outside lined
Waiting.
up, right? And that's a different
Of
thing,
course.
right? All right. So sound wise, so gear wise, do you notice, and it's anecdotal on my part, because I'm either just walking into a venue and looking, or, I'm a huge fan of like, say hi to the sound guy when I walk into a venue.
Yeah.
Like because we know them as people, even if you don't know the person, you know who's doing that, right? I can look at the guy and go, I know you. Like, I've met a lot of you and you deserve a fist bump because you look stressed. So I'm a huge fan of, hey man, how's it going? How you feel about tonight's thing? And we'll chat for a minute and have a great show, and I'll go off to my seat. But even in that moment, I'm looking now, and there is more and more and more and more of this stuff showing up in these live event booths. Like, it's amazing. People are bringing either beautifully pre-built stuff, from an Avid standpoint or whatever, and it looks like a studio. Like, they're setting up a studio in some of these, and there's racks of outboard gear now in some of these. It's a beautiful. Are you noticing this too?
What I notice is the other way around. Like, no more, like less and less racks.
Even in the big shows.
And even the big shows.
Interesting. Some of the big shows to me.
Yeah, but depending on how big we're talking,
Yeah.
But I was like, a week ago was Stampede in Calgary. So there's the big stage, the Coca-Cola stage. Now, you were talking about
You
bands.
are a Stampede guy.
I am a Stampede guy.
Did you get your shots?
Dude,
because
afterwards,
you got to get your shots after Stampede, man. Like,
especially when you go to Nashville.
Oh, if you go to Nashville
North,
you got to get your shots, man. Get your penicillin going. Fire that up, man. Like, seriously, take your vitamins for a couple weeks. You're fighting off all kinds of stuff.
Vitamins, yes.
You're fighting stuff off.
With so many people. It's
so
insane.
many humans
it's insane,
breathing
so there's
on you.
different stages where the bands, they play all day long. And that one big stage is the main one, the Coca-Cola stage. And a friend of mine is a sound engineer.
Yeah.
He works with the Simple Plan, Canadian band. And they were playing on the last night of the Stampede, closing the event. It was amazing. So I was like, I spent the evening with my friend Frank, just beside him while I was mixing the band, And this is what he has. Like a computer screen, is Avid board, and that's it. He brings that up. This gear follows him around.
He built it at home.
Oh yeah,
and brings it out.
I think he have a couple of boards. So depending on where they go, So there's a smaller one and a big one, but still everything is built in. So he uses the same plugins we do when we mix music inside the studio.
Yes.
So he was like showing me suits and like a bunch of stuff.
They're bringing a little studio.
Look at that.
It's
like.
Cool.
A distressor plug-in, on the kick, and it was like awesome.
Yeah,
So I think like these these gigs, it's pretty practical because everything is a bit smaller and less to carry around.
Yeah,
and you have everything you need. So in that sense, I see less and less racks. Yep. But now I'm not talking about like the big shows and like big stages.
And a lot of it for
Maybe
me
that's
is on the manufacturer side. Like, I'm better friends with the manufacturers than the live sound guys. So it's like the Rupert Neve guys are like, check out this thing that's on tour with so-and-so.
Yeah.
And it's like just like racks of awesome. It's like everything you've ever wanted in your life. Like, they just give it to you to take on tour and test and write a testimonial about, right? So but in that smaller mid-level, man, I would be the same. Like, everything come on a laptop these days, right? Like, it's amazing, the tech and the plugins live. Oh yeah. And the stuff that used to scare when I was doing it, that would have been terrifying. To bring plugins to a live gig, would have been terrifying.
Yes.
And now they're just so integrated. They're as faithful as the hardware.
Oh, big time.
If not more trustworthy than the hardware used to be.
Exactly.
When a channel would go in our case, right?
Back then with the corporation band, I used to just bring a laptop with my interface and plug that in just to get some effects.
Brave man.
I did it, because I absolutely want to use the the Sound Toys Echo Boy, plug in on vocals and just play around with the effects. This is something I always like to do. Just play around with some delays and stuff on the vocal. And even at church, I did that.
Of course.
Just like time the delay, every time a new song starts and just like, let's ride that delay stuff,
Studio nerd. You're a studio nerd in a live setting.
Yeah, we'll talk about the crossover stuff.
Oh,
after, but
that's one of them for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's the same. It's even like, guys that are ditching all their amps for a Eventide box now, right? The guitarists.
Yes.
And before you just wouldn't have trusted your entire.
But now.
And now you've got like a double redundant thing, and it's like, it's amazing.
And
man.
usually if you go on the stage in the concert and you see like a racks of Marshalls, they're empty.
It's just one
it's
cardboard.
Box. Yeah, exactly.
He's got his lunch in there.
It's like the fridge for the water bottle.
Back there, yeah. So, all right. So gear-wise, I think that's still in transition, I imagine.
I guess.
For some people. But the trust factor is shifting. I think that would be one big takeaway, is that you can kind of trust the plugins and the tech.
Yeah.
And some of the waves integrated stuff and the Avid integrated stuff.
It's
and
insane.
And those redundancy systems now. Even the journey from stage to console,
Yeah.
right? The Dante journey or the Digital Snake and those redundant Dante systems where gigs end and people are like, I can't remember who I was talking to or saw some on YouTube. And he's like, the gig ended and it had switched. We didn't even know that it was on the redundancy system after the gig, right? And the other one was booted up and ready to go back.
Yeah.
But we didn't even know it had happened, right? It's so quick.
But stuff we can do now that we couldn't before, you know?
Yes.
Like my friend, like just touring with his gear.
Yeah.
He comes on site at the Stampede, connects himself to the PA, he's good to go.
He's good to go.
That's it.
That's it.
It's awesome.
Another thing that's really becoming, I think, anecdotally, because I'm not in the world, correct me if I'm wrong, people in the world, is that things like room calibration and that kind of stuff is getting way easier than it was back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, you used to have techs and the manual work that went into ringing a room, and now there's just tech. I can see racks of things ringing all the mics in real time. Right, the feedback stuff and the source enhancers and all that stuff now. Like that tech is getting
pretty insane.
Probably way more fun.
Yeah.
And making the gig way more fun.
I don't know how that part works though.
Yeah.
I never experienced that, you know, like room calibration with gear and stuff and for venues. I would be very curious.
It would be,
to know more about that.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us
know.
know
Some experience with that, please.
YouTube people. Because that's a huge part of it.
I'm pretty sure it is.
In any venue, you're only as good as what's coming out of the speakers, right?
Yeah.
To the audience. So that awareness and I cannot imagine going from room to room and mixing.
Maybe we should have a conversation with my friend Frank.
We should have a podcast. Let's do this. Let's continue this conversation with him at some point.
Yeah.
That would
a lot
be
to
very
learn.
cool. And just a lot of curiosity.
Oh, for sure.
You know, it's like learning how stuff's made.
What do you think about what we can learn from both sides? You know, it's like someone working in the studio only, what can that person learn from playing a live gig and vice versa?
I think one, I'll throw one out and then you,
sure.
you throw it out. First one that comes to mind for me is I naturally have it, but I watch live sound guys. I've been around enough to watch them, and I've been the calm under pressure piece is huge. Because live, like you can do your live sound gig perfectly 99 times, and if you mess up once, the entire audience is like, what's the matter with that guy? Right?
That never happened to me.
Where literally the audience starts looking at you because you let something ring once. You did it perfect every night.
Oh, I have stories.
Right? And I imagine everybody who's ever done sound live does. And so you have to be at 100% or people look at you weird. That kind of sweaty, or the things running down and something's not working or something is feeding back or your singer's doing something stupid. I told him 100 times, don't put the mic, don't walk in front of the speaker and go like that to the audience, right? Or whatever. And he does it every night at the same. So it's that kind of but that piece of bringing that to the studio where there is something when people are on the couch and you realize something's not working and you're just calmly just looking like you're just doing your thing, but you're like, I don't know how to fix this. It happens. We've all been there. Anybody in the studio?
Oh yeah.
I totally did not lose this lead vocal file. I'm just looking through the hard drive for fun. I like to do this every once in a while. I like to just listen to vocal samples. I like to sort by time and try to remember. But it's that calm like everything's okay. Even if things are going wrong, you go. So that would be a big one that I think crosses from live, especially in.
Yeah, when you're in a live situation, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I remember once I was that church.
Yeah.
You know, the service starts, everything went well during the sound check. But for some reason, the service starts, vocals are not getting out in the PA.
They're super important in a church service.
But they don't notice because they have in-ear monitors.
Yeah.
Everybody noticed.
Everybody but them.
Yeah. So the band is playing the vocal
singers are happy as can be.
And I'm like, what's happening? I look at my channels, everything seems to be working, and I was like, okay, I need to think fast because I cannot find the problem.
And how fast can a human go from calm to sweat?
Oh, pretty fast.
It's fast.
We're talking about microseconds.
It's amazing how fast.
You know how 1176 is fast.
Yeah, like all buttons in, sweat.
Even yeah, exactly. I think even faster.
That was an all buttons in. That was a CLA all buttons in level sweat right there.
Oh, big time.
I love it.
Big time. So I figured it out. I figured it out. No, I didn't. I just kind of bypassed the problem and tweak it with the knowledge I had with that board, but I just routed the output of each individual channels directed to the output of the PA to make it work right now, So that was my way out. But what I did, was I went to another page on the console, muted the group vocal channel without noticing. That's what happened.
That happens.
So I wasn't fast enough to just go on that page and unmute that channel. So I just rerouted a few things. It took me 25 seconds.
Yeah.
But so that was one major fail.
Yeah.
And I have more.
Everybody would.
Yeah, because I'm doing it on purpose. I want to share those stories so you never hire me as a sound engineer.
That's perfect. That's good.
To do live stuff.
I did that too, but worse. Don't hire me either.
I think the worst I've done, aside from this one, same church, same thing. Back then it was there was no lighting engineers. Okay, so everything was kind of connected to the board with macros and stuff. So you jump from macro to another and change the light scenes.
That's a lot of stress for
and I don't know anything about the lighting board that was on my side. Yeah. Okay, nothing, because I didn't touch it.
Yeah,
it was all in macros and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was I wanted to plug my phone, just connect my phone to the little electric connector just to charge my phone. So plug my phone in, but that connector was just beside the main switch of that light board. And by mistake, I kind of touched that switch.
That's amazing.
And the whole church went dark.
That's
it was the blackout
amazing.
button. The band is playing. The only thing that is lighting the audience are the screens with the PowerPoint going. That's it. Everything went black.
That's amazing.
It was I'm looking at that board. I know nothing about that board. It's whoa.
Yeah.
So it took me 10 seconds to just try the blackout button and turn everything back up. But that 10-second, for me, lasted hours.
Yes.
One of the assistant pastor comes by, what's happening? It's
I don't know. I don't know what happened. That wasn't me. But look at my phone. Look at the battery on this puppy.
I had to do something.
Yeah.
It was at 5%.
Yeah. I mean, the sacrifices had to be made.
Funny thing is that the worship band, it just kept playing.
Of course.
They're just let's do it.
They got a job to do, man.
Everyone laughed at me after.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, well deserved.
Yep. Super random aside point that just popped into my head.
Go ahead.
The nowadays importance of the click track, the metronome, the tracks being fed to the live sound guy from stage.
Yes.
And the integration of pre-records into live sound that was not really a part of my world when I was young and doing live sound, right? Uh-huh. And just that whole number of faders now that you're also managing. To the earlier point of your friend, Frank, who's going to be our friend when we talk to him about this stuff, because I can't wait. But the that part of being part of your setup, that all that stuff's already routed. You already know what's coming, right? All the synth and the strings, and there's bands now that are missing entire instruments over the years, and they just don't replace them because they've got a fake one that's better than maintaining that relationship or whatever. So it is an interesting piece, right? So in-ear monitoring importance and click maintenance and all that stuff now being a part of both worlds, where it was only one before.
Yes. Now it's both.
You're bringing the studio tracks to the stage.
Yes. More and more.
Literally.
More and more.
The stuff from the studio is getting played to the audience, right?
Yeah. We see that a lot in churches, but of course in just big gigs and big venues.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The big shows. It's all synced.
How many big shows now are not on click, right?
Not a lot.
It's got to be rare.
It's got to be rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
So that, interesting.
No, you're right. There's kind of a
and with that
crossover
comes
there.
One of the huge battles from back in the day of live, which was fighting the wedges. You're fighting the stage monitoring back in the day, which was a never-ending battle.
Oh,
I remember
the nightmare for an engineer.
From an engineering standpoint, there's more sound coming out of the drummer's wedge than the main PA, or the singer's acoustic guitar coming out of his stupid speaker.
I know.
And you're trying to work in a small venue, right? So that piece.
But now with in-ear monitors, it's
if you turn the speakers off, it's quiet.
It's super quiet.
You just got to hear the drums coming from behind the glass a little bit. and little ching ching string noises. Like, it's amazing. I want to do live sound again.
Yeah.
This is sounding fun again.
Honestly, live sound is fun.
It might have gotten more fun since I
Like,
did it.
I would enjoy it way more
Maybe
now.
I've talked to myself, maybe we should start a live sound. Okay, Chris and Steve. It'll be live sound stuff with, and I'm going first with Steve and Chris. Damn it.
I'll let you go first this time.
Live sound stuff is me, Steve and Chris. We're going to reverse the picture.
Reverse
That's
the picture.
amazing.
I
And
love
instead
it.
of a coffee, I'm going to have a beer in this logo.
Yeah, man, let's adapt.
Because you get a free beer, like if you do live
You need
sound,
a
right?
free beer.
We get a free Bud Light. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So if we go back to what we can learn,
Yes.
yeah, you were saying about the pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think here. I'm gonna say about how quick you need to think.
Yeah.
When you're doing live stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, because you don't have time.
No.
Okay, you don't have time to work like the perfect delays, the perfect settings, and like no, you have to move quick. So if you have like a digital board, which is mainly what everyone uses
Yes.
these days, you need to have your presets loaded.
Yeah.
Like save somewhere you can load every time you start a gig, so you don't have to restart from scratch on every gig and waste a lot of time. So yeah, finding ways to speed up the process is something we have no choice to do when we do live stuff.
Yes.
That we can learn from in the studio.
Yeah.
To speed up the workflow.
Yeah.
Especially when loading sessions.
It's amazing. Still, if I dabble with live stuff or I'm with a live guy like you, I'll end up hanging out in the whatever. How often I reach for a space bar if I don't like something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, man, I missed the beginning of the guitar solo and I'm looking for the space bar.
Yeah.
So I want to go again.
Yeah,
And you can't go
can't.
again.
You can't.
The solo's half over before you realize it started.
You need to figure it out now.
Yeah. And do your homework.
Yeah.
And if you can't do the homework
Listen
because
to
it's a
the
new
songs.
band, you gotta listen.
Know the stuff.
So where's the learning in this? Where's the listening learning between the two? So in a live gig, to my mind, you spend the majority of your time trying to make the live room sound like the record, as the audience is used to hearing it.
Yes.
There's a thing there.
There's a
where
thing there.
This band has a sound, they've had it for 15 years, and
Yeah.
you don't get to change it because you're the sound guy. So you got to get it to how you know them sounding, and then vice versa, right? Like in the studio now, you've got to bring the energy out of that band that is great live and get that brought through all the steps of a live recording. You still have to keep that energy going, because how many records do we hear they suck recording, they sound great live, or vice versa? So the great bands do both well.
Yes.
And so whichever seat you're in, you've got to
Yeah.
help manufacture and maintain that. So yeah, that's an interesting crossover.
It
right?
is.
That their sound has to cross back and forth to some extent.
Yes. I think in the studio we're aiming, the perfection,
Yes.
polishing.
But not over polishing.
Not over, but still,
Yeah.
we're still looking at, so
still-
we go over mix 1, mix 2,
Yeah.
mix 96,
Yeah.
96. And like, we're looking for the perfect, as possible.
The best. Yeah.
The best you can
Yeah.
bring the song at,
Yeah.
sonic wise and
Yeah.
emotionally. Also, live, you don't have you can't go from mix 1 to mix 52.
Right.
It's mix 1. And
Yeah.
that's what you have to work
Yeah.
with. And what you need to do is you need to make sure that the audience are going to go through an amazing experience while watching the show.
Yes.
So that means especially for rock and pop and stuff, kick, snare in your face,
Yeah.
loud, but at the same time, not aggressive.
Yeah.
Something powerful,
Yeah.
intense, punchy. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be in your face,
Yes.
while staying smooth at the same time. It's it's
is.
all about the experience.
Yeah.
It's all about, yeah.
And in both cases, studio and live, your job is to stay out the way,
Yes.
which is right. So yeah, even live, you don't get to imprint your thing on it. Your job is to interpret what they're trying to do.
Exactly.
And get it to the audience's eardrums.
Exactly.
And same thing in the studio. You're not trying to put yourself on their record.
No.
You're trying to have the conversations and listen to the demos and get it
For sure.
to their thing. So it's an interesting.
Yeah. And it's funny because live, there's some stuff that wouldn't be acceptable in the studio.
Yes.
How loud can a kick and snare be live?
Yeah. Yes.
Never. could always be louder, you
Yes.
know.
How
that's
loud?
The,
Yes.
That's the thing I like the most about live venues and live shows.
Yeah.
Is when I get there, most of the time I'm going to focus on the kick, the snare,
Yeah.
and like I want to feel it here.
Yeah. Like if
You know, it's never too loud.
if you imparted that level of abuse onto your subwoofer here,
Oh,
it would go through the back wall. Right? And live, you're like, I can feel my dinner moving.
yeah,
And I want more.
And in
And
the
by the end of
studio,
the show,
like-
it's doing this.
exactly. It's always louder.
And by the encore, it's like that. Like you're you're digesting backwards.
yeah,
There's so
Totally,
much kick, and
totally.
that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
yeah. So this is something I like about live. In the studio, it's different.
Yeah.
That's one aspect that's very different.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Your
That's
meters mean different things in the studio
different
than live.
things. Yeah.
Live, like you're breaking all the rules with that low hump, right?
Yes, for
And
sure.
I just want more emotion that way.
And for me, I know right away if a live sound engineer also mixes in the studio.
You can tell.
You can tell. I like them better
Yeah.
when they have like like studio mixing experience. I love it because like now you have like effects.
Yeah.
Now we have like they ride
Yes.
the faders.
Yes.
You know, I was looking again at my friend Frank during the Simple Plan concert. You know, just we're talking together, but he was like riding the faders as like he told us like no snapshots.
Cool.
No snapshot. I'm just like riding the fade. He knows this. He
And
knows
he's
the set
feeling
list,
it. He's playing his instrument for that night.
He's part of the band.
He's playing
You know,
his
it's like,
instrument
of course,
for that audience.
Of course.
And that audience is different than the one the next
in
night.
my book, he's as important than the players
He's
on
playing
stage.
an instrument.
He is.
And a
He
great
is.
musician changes a little bit. Like this audience
does.
is 20, I'm going to play my guitar different
Yeah.
than the 60-year-old audience.
There's
And
one
he's
part
doing the
that's
same
like-
thing.
There's one part in one of the songs, you know, where there's like guitar chop, you know,
Yeah.
and he looks like me, he's like,
Yeah.
just the minute the guitar chop goes in,
Yeah.
comes in, like just level that up just a bit, and looks like me with a smile.
Yeah. And that's the stuff from an audience
love it.
standpoint, you get the chills.
Of course.
That's the stuff that makes you feel funny.
But this is the studio guy. He
Yep.
used to do some automation stuff. Okay.
Yep.
So taps his delays every song, like I did at
Yeah.
church. Same thing.
Yeah.
Add your delays. You know, I told you before, I used to bring my laptop on corporate gigs. What for? To add my
Yes.
my studio plugins,
Yeah.
my Echo Boys and all
Yeah.
that stuff. You know,
You're the chef bringing your little
It's like-
your little jar of secret
yeah.
powder
So I
to every
think-
kitchen.
Yeah. So live engineers have a lot to learn about studio mixing.
Yeah.
In that sense, you know,
Yeah.
just to bring more emotion.
Yeah.
To what they do live.
And vice versa. Bring live to the studio, man. Like moving fast, making
Oh,
decisions
man.
quick, being
time.
decisive. Like there's something
You
to
commit.
that.
Commit
There's
right away.
something, man. There's studio guys
Yeah.
that make me mental because they're driving down the road in first gear at 10 kilometers an hour. And there's guys that are just like, let's just take this thing out and see if we break it, we'll fix it. And so there's something about that that comes from live. For me, it's like, let's just go. Let's go. And if we break it, we'll fix it, right? We'll back
Exactly.
up. So yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. That's it.
Live versus studio.
It's not a debate. They're complementary.
Oh. Say that again.
I don't think one is better than the other.
No, same here.
I think they both are interchangeable. And I think a lot of people do both.
yes.
I think there's a lot of people that make a fine living
Yes.
by being able to do both.
for sure.
And those people, God bless them,
I think they're the best.
comment on YouTube and tell us everything we've said wrong.
Yes, please.
Please.
If you do live sound, let us know.
We've said a lot of wrong things.
If you do both, let us know. If we're out of whack, let us know.
Gently,
Please.
with love.